Hey there, I am Veronica, and today we are talking about how to get someone to stop ignoring you right now. Whatever the falling out was, whatever the circumstances are, it does not matter. It can be fixed, and I'm going to show you the exact steps on how to make this happen immediately. Yes, you can manifest this without even having to lift a finger, without even contacting them. In fact, I bet you've been trying to contact them and it's gotten you absolutely nowhere. Yes, you can get someone to stop ignoring you, and it isn't hard at all. This can be love related, friendship, family members, a coworker, maybe a business client that is ghosting you. Whatever the situation is, whoever this person is that is ignoring you, you can turn things around ASAP. You can turn things around immediately. These are practical steps to get someone to stop ignoring you. And yes, it works. I know through personal experience. They will reach out and make it better. So watch on. If you are new to my channel and you would like to learn more about me, get my one-on-one coaching, maybe you'd like to enroll in my free 10-day Manifesting Miracles course or do a 10-minute bonus coaching call with me. If all of this sounds good, head over to studywithveronica.com. Right now, spots are limited. I also have a new course that I highly recommend called Get Someone to Do Exactly What You Want. And this is perfect if you're trying to get someone to stop ignoring you. Okay, so let's reveal this formula that works 100% of the time when done properly. So get a pen and paper. You are not going to want to miss a single step. So first, I want you to get in mind this person who you would like to stop ignoring you. Are you thinking about them right now? Just get an image in your mind. Any image will do. It can even just be a flash or a feeling. Don't worry about getting all of their facial features just right. Just imagine how you normally would associate them in your mind. And when they come to mind, we're going to picture them in a lovely way, kind of like how you would imagine them if everything was all right, the circumstances were healed, there was no disagreement, there was no falling out, everything was good. So instead of having your go-to thought of them be, they're ignoring me, they don't care, this person is a villain in my life, they're probably enjoying the fact they're ignoring me. No, none of this. When this image of them comes into your mind, no frustration, only peace, love, ease, flow. You could even think of them in a neutral way, so it doesn't trigger any sort of emotional response. Think of them in kindness, inspiration, just good feelings of goodwill, whatever type of emotions are positive, are in harmony with this idea of being on good terms again, and whatever emotions fit your situation. So we're just going to think of good feelings. All the bad ones we're just going to toss out the window. So it doesn't matter if this person has rejected you, let you down, is currently ghosting you, blocked you, shut you off, hurt you, if they owe you money, if they're mad at you. We're not imagining any of that. We're not imagining any of the problems. We're setting all of the problems aside. We're not even trying to figure out how it gets resolved. No, no, no. We're just going to imagine peace, love, contentment, relief, the baggage all removed. So no more weight of the world on your shoulders. Just imagine ease and flow, as if everything is already fixed, it's perfect, nothing is broken. This person is a good source of feeling in your life again, even neutral. There are no problems. You have complete access to them. You can communicate, laugh together. It just feels easy and simple. I want you to settle upon that feeling for just a moment, and then we will continue. Okay, next step, and I know that you are so anxious, dear, step number 2. So as we said before, step number 1 involves feeling this person in positive ways to have your reflex, your go-to statements be something empowering. So instead of having your go-to statements be frustrating, this person is a villain, reliving the bad memories, reinforcing the fact that they are ignoring you and all this confusion as to how this is going to end. No, 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 none of that. Instead, ease, flow, harmony, love, balance, open communication, all that good stuff. Okay, the next step, and I know you're dying to hear this. Basically, we're going to turn everything on to you. You are going to say, I am valuable in their life too. And definitely keep this in mind. Don't use the fact that they haven't reached out yet as a reason to reinforce this idea that they don't care, they're ignoring you, that they don't miss you, that they don't need you, that they don't value you. Doesn't matter what happened up until this point. If you're going to use that negative proof from the past as a reason why this can't happen, as if you have no meaning in their life because they haven't reached out yet to make things better, well then, if you continue to think in this way, things will never change. And you're watching this video right now because you want things to change. So if you truly want this to work, let's not reinforce this idea of the reasons why they don't care. So instead of just focusing on how lucky you will be when they reach out, how lucky you will be to have them back in your life, how valuable they are in your life, them, I want you to recognize just how special, needed, valuable, one of a kind that you can be in their life, because you really are. So it's not just how wonderful things would be if they reached out and made it better, but rather how happy they would be that you're in their life again as well. This idea of you having worth, having purpose in their life, being amazing, and them missing you and needing you badly because you are an important person, a special person, a unique person, the only person that is like you. So why wouldn't they miss you and want to make things better? Why wouldn't they want to stop ignoring you? This is going to be one of the most important things that you do to get this person to stop ignoring you. Because up until this point, you've probably been imagining them glad that you're not in their life and looking down upon you and thinking how happy they are they don't have to talk to you anymore, as if you've been an annoyance, as if they are happier without you, better off without you. Ouch! This whole conveys this idea that you are meaningless. And if you think of yourself as meaningless, how on earth are you going to attract this person to reach out and want you in their life again? So instead, you have value. You are important. You are important enough for them to reach out and not want to let you go. You are someone who makes their life better in whatever the relationship is, whether it's friendship, love, family, business related, whatever it is, you make their life better. This person needs you. Because if you just imagine them in the way of, oh wow, I would be so lucky if they just gave me the time of day. I would jump at the chance if they reached out. I would be so lucky if they just gave me a moment of their time. I can't live without them. Then basically you're obsessing about them, putting them on a pedestal, and not actually implying that you are worth this healed relationship, that you are worth them reaching out to you, that you are worth them to stop ignoring you. You want this person to stop ignoring you, right? You want things to be made better, right? Well, you have to make yourself valuable in the equation. You have to imagine why they would want to resume communication and need you back in their life. So acknowledge that you can be important in their life too, that you have value, that you're worth something, not just someone to be discarded. And in this next step, I also want you to make a promise to stop contacting them. Stop begging to have things be made better. Stop pestering them. Stop chasing them and trying to convince them all the reasons why this should be made better and this should be made right. Yes, you have to stop chasing them. The more you chase them, the more you push them away from you. The more you place them on a pedestal that is high above you. So you're going to stop contacting them and trying to get their attention. In doing this, you're going to set the stage for them to welcome you back into their life. And especially if you've been doing a lot of this begging, they will notice the difference immediately and think of you in a brand new way. So it's time to have them ask for your return, to apologize to you for the fact that they've ignored you, that they've made you feel bad, and to beg for your attention. Wouldn't that feel wonderful? For them to actually feel all of those things about you, to miss you, to need you, to value you, to honor you, to respect you. You are one of a kind. You are valuable in their life. You are already needed, important, valued. So start realizing it and recognizing it. So make this promise to me now. This is how you're going to get them to stop ignoring you without pestering them, bugging them, begging them for a second chance. Stop having your sister contact them. Stop asking your best friend to take their bicycle past their house and spy on them. Don't lift a single finger. Don't have your sister check in on them or asking a friend of a friend who works near this person to spy on them. Don't lift a single finger. Promise me, this is the only way it works. I promise you this works. I know because I've done it and I've helped thousands of other people do it over the course of almost 2 decades. It works. It works. It works. It works. Okay, so the next step is so important. You have thus far thought about them in a more empowering way that suggests healing. Your go-to thought is something good now. And you have made the decision and taken the assumption that they can miss you, need you, value you, and it doesn't matter if they haven't reached out yet. Like, that's completely unimportant because you are one of a kind, scarce, the only person like you, and important and valuable in their life. So what else is there? Well, there is one more step, and it could be the most important one because it is time to get into the receiving mode. And the receiving mode is something you decide on. It's an attitude and assumption that you take, a choice you make, something you commit to, something you commit to 1,000% because this is so important to you. Because this is something that you want very badly, right? You are serious about having someone stop ignoring you. Well, if yes, and you actually want to see this through, you actually want this, right? So it's time to remain loyal and faithful to this idea. Give this your all. Decide to commit to this. Give this your loyal and faithful focus. Follow the steps precisely, exactly. Don't skip a single thing and think it doesn't apply to you. So when they enter your mind, you're only going to have loving, kind, peaceful thoughts of healing, ease and flow, harmony with the end result of communication, things being made better, the relationship being better than it ever was before, flourishing, whether it's love, friendship, family member, coworker, business client, anyone. And any hurts that need to be fixed, well, you comfort yourself through them. There's a way to have it be made better, but you need not figure out that way. You are not going to boggle your mind with analysis as to when this happens, how this happens, if this happens, what the odds are. You're not going to be complaining to your friends anymore and asking them what you think this person is doing and if you think they truly do miss you. You're not going to speculate on when or if they're going to contact you, if they miss you. And you're not going to assume that they are fine without you in their life. You're not going to ask the question, have they forgotten me? No. Instead, when they enter your mind, supportive, loving thoughts that imply healing and harmony of ease and flow, and then you leave it at that. You do not contact them or try to physically make this happen. You do not mess with the middle. You remain faithful and loyal to these ideas, the simplicity of them, and this is the receiving mode. It may almost sound like the receiving mode is something that you get when you start to receive, but it's really just an attitude and an assumption you take that allows you to actually receive. It's a vibrational state you commit yourself to. It is a choice on your part to have confidence that things will be made better and that you do not need to lift a finger to make it happen, except to change from within. So you have decided to place yourself in the receiving mode, even if nothing has seemingly changed yet. You are there anyway. When this person comes to mind, you do not analyze, try to figure it out, lament over it, complain about it. You don't try to figure out what's going to happen next or what your odds are. Because the secret is, the odds are always in your favor. Life is always rigged in your favor because it's responding to you. You can manifest any miracle. You can manifest this. You can manifest a healed relationship. Now, you may be asking me, how do I know this works? Well, I developed these strategies, these techniques from my own personal experience. Because I used to have guys ignore me all of the time. I used to struggle in friendships. I used to have family members ghost me. Business clients not want to pay me even after services had been rendered. And I know how awful it feels to be ignored. So this comes from total personal experience, things I've actually done. Trial and error on my part. Lucky for you, you just get the parts that worked. You get to benefit from my own experience. You get to streamline the process and receive directions to a formula that works 100% of the time because the advice I'm giving you actually works. I know how awful it is to have someone ignore you, and how it lowers your self-esteem and makes you feel awful about life in general. Let's see, when people were ignoring me, I was making classic mistakes that I realize now I shouldn't have been. And the guides within this video, all of the tools and techniques, are the exact process you need to be successful. These steps may seem basic, they may even seem obvious. But trust me, if this person has been ignoring you and you've been banging your head against the wall trying to fix it, you have not been implementing these things. Okay, so something to watch out for, to avoid, to absolutely not do, is to check up on them on social media or ask friends how they are doing, have family members inquire, check up on them, have other people follow them on social media, spy on them. This will absolutely keep you in lack and will absolutely push this person away from you, far, far, far away. It will not bring you closer. It will not give you an indication of whether or not this is working. If you are reaching in this direction, it's not working. And it's not going to work until you drop this behavior. Everything I mentioned in this video is about being in love, abundance, satiation, relief, relaxation. feeling that you already have it. And if you're spying on them and wondering if it's working, you are stuck and you're keeping them on a pedestal and it will never work. Because this behavior of checking up on them, it signifies that, well, the relationship isn't healed and it's not going to be healed, and it's keeping you in a state of confusion and lack. This signifies that you're without them in your life, that they're still ignoring you. Okay, so another thing that you can do is when they come to mind, don't try to figure out how it happens, how they stop ignoring you. Don't give any of the current circumstances power and meaning and reason as to why this can't happen. Just settle upon those beautiful feelings of healing. Seeing this person as it was before the falling out, before they started ignoring you, when things were good. Ease and flow, love, all is well, healing, laughter, all of the emotions I gave you at the beginning. And then you recognize that they can, in fact, miss you right now, need you, that you are a valuable person who is one of a kind, that they can need you in their life. Do both parts. Because if you only recognize how much you need this person and how badly you want them to stop ignoring you, then you make yourself invisible in this equation. You don't recognize that you have value in their life. Instead, you place them on a pedestal, and they will always continue to ignore you. It won't work like this. What will work is by equally recognizing yourself, and that's why you don't want to skip that part. It's so important. I know when someone is ignoring you, the tendency is to imagine them, but it's all about you, receiving, and why you are valuable. You have to also avoid things that spell lack, like checking up on them or spying on them on social media, wondering about them, calling them from someone else's phone. So they pick up and you hear the sound of their voice. Like, please don't do any of this. So now I have one question for you. Will you be the success story? Are you ready? Are you actually going to do it? Are you going to dive wholeheartedly into the steps that I gave? Or do you want to continue to be the one who is complaining, going without, suffering, who is sad, lost, feeling hopeless? What do you want to do? The future is completely within your control. I know it feels like this other person has all of the control over the situation because they are the one who's ignoring you, but you actually have more power than you are giving yourself credit for because you're actually choosing and deciding all of your thoughts, feelings, assumptions about the situation all the time, and it will directly shape your outcomes. This person is just responding to you, sort of like a mirror reflection to you. What is inside of you? Yes, they are their own person with their own feelings, but they will be responding to you in a new way when you change you. It is possible for this person to miss you, need you, stop ignoring you. It may just be that you have been making yourself invisible in this equation. It may be as simple as that. So are you doing the things I talked about already? Are you going to do the things I talked about? Because trust me, it will work. And when it does work for you, shout it to the moon, put it in the comments below, help inspire others. We all love inspiration and to hear other people's success stories. And I know there will be a ton from this video, and it will happen to anyone that properly applies all of these steps and doesn't skip a single thing. So are you ready? You may not be ready for change. You may be too familiar and used to being disappointed that actually succeeding feels too weird to actually receive. You may need to evolve a little bit more before you realize that actually the power is within you. But I hope that this is your moment of breakthrough when you realize, you know what, I can do this. It's really not that hard, and it's actually kind of fun because you are no different than me. If I could turn around all of the relationships in my life and never be ignored again, so can you. This person, whoever they are, absolutely has the power to stop ignoring you right now and to work towards healing, reconciliation, having things be made right. Try it. You have nothing to lose and everything to gain. Once again, I am Veronica, studywithveronica.com. Free course, enroll in it there. Get my 10-minute free bonus coaching call. Details are there as well. And don't miss, Get Someone to Do Exactly What You Want, my latest course. I'm so excited about it. Have a wonderful day. May all of your dreams come true. They were meant for you.